peak tong. Everything's just absolutely frozen solid. Now, we booked in a job today, and guess what? We're going to have to postpone because the van's frozen. And I'm going to put on Facebook and see if anybody can answer this, unless anybody else knows. But what do you do with frozen deadlocks? Because I don't know how to solve the problem. We had a lot of rain yesterday, a hell of a lot of rain, and we had to cancel the day. It was that wet. I mean, this is one of the annoyances of working at the railway. We turned up, and where we are working is alongside one of the lines, one of the sidings. So I'm going to go for a drive. Let me just check the trailer and make sure it's okay. No, I don't like driving like this because I've got no access to the passenger door because it's frozen. And whenever I drive with the deadlocks, I always unlock them all because if anything happens, I want to make sure people can get into the van. But unfortunately, I'm going to go for a drive just so I can defrost the van. But it means cancelling again, well, postponing a job again. So yesterday we got to the railway and you can imagine a footpath side to side. That's what you've got. You've got a footpath on the side and that's your siding. And where I'm driving right now is like a little dirt track that goes alongside the siding. So you've got a railway track there. And then on the other side is all brush and rubbish and God knows whatever else. You've probably seen it if you've watched the video. So I turn up and right in front is a load of barriers, like work barriers, and I'm thinking, okay, what's going on here? So they're dug up where we drive basically, so there's no access to the rear of the depot by van, which in itself wasn't so bad. We could carry on. I won't be able to get the chip up there where we're working, so I said, well, we'll burn it, which was fine. So we started working, but then he chucked it down. But where I'm parked, it gets swamped, and I filled in holes there. It's where we get rid of all our soil waste. Because there's holes there, it used to get flooded there really badly. Well, it now becomes like a quagmire, and I thought, if this rain gets any heavier, I'm not going to get the van out. I'm not going to be able to move the van, especially with the trailer. So we ended up quitting. So basically, I charged him for the morning, and that's it. And it's just, that's how this year is going. Last year I was postponing and God knows whatever else, and I hate doing that, but it's like today, I could do this drive. It's a half-day job that we've got. So I could do this drive, get back, and hopefully the locks will be defrosted enough so I can get into the passenger side and into. I can't even get into can't get my deadlock key into the lock. It just won't go in. It's frozen because everything was raining. Because it was raining so much, the water in the locks are frozen, and I just can't get into the locks. So I've got to figure out how to stop that from happening. Because I don't know how to do it. I don't know how you do that. Anyway, so. The thing is, I just don't see the point in trying to rush a job. Whenever I book a half-day job, or what I think is going to be a half-day job, I always sort of don't book any other work in. And the reason being is, one, is because this time of the year is a rest time, but also it means that if anything happens, it means I've got time to sort it out. So, I mean, one of the jobs at this, it's a regular job, and I do want to film it as well, so I want to get my cameras sorted out. Because it's an annual job that we do, and we've been doing this job for this customer for quite a few years now. she wants us to remove a tree. Here's a little tip for you. Somebody says, can you remove a tree for me or a bush? Tell them to mark it. Doesn't matter even if you know the tree, just tell them to put something round it or on it to mark the tree so you know exactly which one to do. I know it's a pyracantha because she said it's a prickly tree, but I need to make 100% sure. So I said to her, mark it. So we're basically postponing it for Friday because normally I'm at the hall on Friday. Well, because of the weather, his property is now flooded, and he says don't start until the end of the month, which is fine. I don't really have a great deal to do there anyway. It's just a general. Some down here it gets flooded, and if it's frozen and flooded, jeez. They say start as you mean to go on. So yeah, we got tomorrow off as well because tomorrow's job is a fortnightly job, and technically there's not a great deal to do there. It's one of these slow burn weeding jobs. Sam said it's going to be raining all day, so I've decided not to bother with it. There's not a great deal to do there, and to be honest it would be literally going there just to bump up the money, and to be honest I can't do that. I can't be that person where, you know, they don't need the work doing, so it's another day off, so we're working Friday instead. So that's the thing about this year, this time of year. I have booked it in quite tight, and I wish I hadn't done. I wish I'd have left the odd 1 or 2 days free. Because I could. We've got to. It's not a moan. It's not. You know, I do think of this as, like I say, as a bit of a time off. This time of year, for the first 2 months until we start our lawns, is like a break, and that's how I see it. I see it as a long. I'm interested to find out. I know Lewis Garden Services, I didn't watch his video, but I know he says, oh, there is always tomorrow. So I think he's in the same boat as well. I know Sam's had an Am I going to be able to swing round here? I'm not going to be able to swing the trailer around here. It ain't gonna happen, is it? Oh, I hate reversing with a trailer. Right, I think so go that way, so it's that way. No, it's the other way. The other way, the other way, the other way. That wasn't bad actually. I'm quite proud of myself with that one. I have a dash cam. I mentioned this the other day with the rear view dash cam, and I've actually thought about getting another, because you can buy the cameras for them, and I've actually thought about getting a camera for it to put it on the trailer so I can actually see past the trailer, because all I can see now is the trailer. I can't actually see anything behind me. Now I know this won't happen, I know nobody will reply or anything like that, because I've only got 4 people watching. Usually I've got 5 people watch my videos, so, but out of these 5 people, if any of you go on the internet and look it up, there's got to be an answer. There really has got to be an answer. Because I thought, should I put some oil in there, you know, some 3-in-1 oil or something like that. I know you can get some PTFE lubrication or lithium grease and stuff like that, but will that stop them from freezing? Because it's not just a case of not being able to turn the lock. I can't get the key in the lock because the lock has got water in it and it's frozen. Now, I'm pretty sure he would have gone the way I was going to go. He's had to come down there, and this is not a good junction at all. I can't see. I can't see anything up there. Oh, horrible junction. The road goes off into my blind spot. So yeah, I've got to figure out how I can sort out these locks. Do I get a camera for the back of the trailer? Had an incident with the trailer the other day and it come off the hitch. Took it to a shop to be fixed and they didn't charge me, luckily. But it's not all doom and gloom. You know, you've got to look on the bright side. At least I get a couple of days off now. Get home and sort myself out. I mean, the thing is, my stepdad usually sees my aunt today, and well, he ain't there. He isn't at home. I was going to ask him if he wanted me to take him, because the thing is, he goes off to Planters, and I don't mind taking him because I haven't seen my aunt for such a long time. Tomorrow we got another day off. There's a couple of parts on the road like that where the drains or something has happened, and the road, you go over it at speed, it's like a speed bump. They really need to sort it out. Go over that with the trailer, and the trailer will fly. I'm scared of the trailer going flying, basically. But on one of my rounds, there's like just a dip. I don't know what's caused it. You know when you get.
You should always leave the job to a professional.
I don't know whether that actually comes through on the live feed, but that's a message from my customer saying, yeah, that's fine. Oh, I'm behind one of these cars. Da 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 da. Monkey. Stupid twat. There's a farm back up there, or what used to be a farm, and every now and again they'll deliver these cars, and they drive like this all the way to town. So now I'm going to be stuck behind this car unless I can overtake it, but I can't because there's a solid white line here. And the solid white line goes all the way around. Little interesting fact for you: if you buy a brand new car like this one here, you can see this one's been driven. When whoever buys this car, this may have been driven about 12-15 miles, but whoever buys this car, it'll have 0 miles on the clock. On the cock, it'll have no miles on the clock. When I bought this van, it had 1 mile. When I bought my car, it had no miles. And yet when I looked at my car, because the car arrived, and I saw it, and so I went into the showroom and I had to look round, and I was able to look around my car. Oh, great, great, great. There was 9 miles on the clock, because it had been delivered from Derby. And when I got the car, finally, because they have to do a few checks and what have you, when I got the car, there was no miles on the clock. I didn't even know they could reset the mileage. But at the dealership, they can reset the mileage. Maybe there's something in the ECU, I presume it is, that enables you to be able to do that just the once. Because I mean, that's scary, isn't it? You think about it. If they could, I mean, I presume it's just back to naught. I presume, which it means basically if somebody's done like 40 miles and the car looks like it's done 40 miles, I can't say no, it's not done any mileage. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, you could easily have bought a car that's been used to test drive. I think the maximum speed they can do is 30, it must be, because I'm doing 25 now. That's only because of the truck in front. Because he's turned his lights off. So when he turns right, he'll have his lights back on because it's a 40. I'm going to assume, I don't know. I make a lot of assumptions. I was talking, here's an irrelevant one for you. Nothing to do with gardening, nothing to do with vlogs or anything like that. It's quite gross. But when she had this cough and cold, you know, you cough up that green stuff. And I says, I think it's just like your body getting rid of all the gunk, you know. It's like when you have a cut and you have like pus and God knows whatever else. It's the same sort of stuff. You get rid of it and you're getting rid of all the crap. And that's basically what it is. I'm going to assume, and I said, she says, oh, I never really thought of it like that. And I says, I don't know, I could be completely wrong. I just assume that it is. But I make a lot of these type of assumptions. And surprisingly, I'm right. I'm going to actually look it up now just to see. Okay, they've got a camera there. What have they got a camera there for? So I'm going to drop the van round back at my stepdad's. I'll see if he's in. I hope everybody has a good year anyway. I mean, I've got, is it 4 people watching or 5? I can't say. I hope everybody has a good year, and I hope this year's a good one. I mean, I don't mind the heat. What I do mind is having to constantly cancel the jobs. I have got to sort out my air conditioning unit because it's at the house at the moment, and I've got nowhere to put it in the flat, and I'm already sweltered at night time. So I'm going to have to sort that out. But there is one saving grace about the flat. I can open the bloody windows. So that's the thing, I couldn't open the windows at the house because it didn't have it. So I just hope this year is a better year for the weather and we just have a bit more stable weather. If it's hot, it's hot. If it's wet, it's wet. If it's cold, it's cold. I don't want it hot, wet, cold, hot, wet, cold, hot, wet, cold. Or a repeat of last year. I mean, it was a bit murderous last year. It was terrible. And the year before was wet. So what we're gonna is the thing is, I used to predict the weather. In March we had about 2 weeks of heat, and then it goes sort of like summer, which is cold for summer, but no real rain, just on and off rain every now and again. You know, you'd have a couple of days, a month of rain, and then it'd be just like 15 degrees, 14, 15 degrees. So it's not cold, but not warm either. And then maybe if you're lucky, at the end of the year, you'd have like an Indian summer where it'd get nice and warm, and you'd have another few days of warmth, and then it'd be back to the winter, which is what it is now. Well, if you hadn't cut the corner, I mean, it is. I mean, technically it's a giveaway, so technically you should have actually. I don't know. Yeah, I used to be able to predict the weather and what have you, but it seemed to be no pattern anymore to the weather. Anyway, I'm back here. Let's have a look if you see if the locks are defrosted, because that's what I've done this for. And then maybe I could get some. Oh, I'll show you what I'm on about as well. That's where I went into that tree. See if I can get my key in the lock. Oh, I can get it in, yes, and it's unlocked. Right, that one's fine. This one may not. Yeah, I can unlock that one. This one. See, I could technically work now. Yeah, I can work. But by the time I've sorted out all the tools,